All right, we got some news. Adam Schefter putting out this tweet. Here we go. We got full terms on the Marcus Peters trade, right? We know about this over the weekend. They traded Peters for a 2018 sixth-round pick to Los Angeles for a 2019 second-round pick and a 2018 fourth-round pick per league sources. We know the Chiefs certainly shook things up with that trade, and Peters then went on Instagram. He put out that thank you to the Chiefs for that time there. He said the game doesn't make the name don't make it a game. So before we get into it, in terms of the trade, first of all, what do you think of this trade? Because when you hear those numbers for what the Rams got, or excuse me, for what the Chiefs got from the Rams, what's your response? What's your thought?
I love the trade. It's a great fit for Marcus.
You don't think it's enough? You don't think the Rams got a steal there?
They did get a steal. They absolutely got a steal. They got a great player in Peters. He's going to go up there. He's from California. That's his area. He's in his comfort zone. That defense was already good. They just went from good to great. They had some back-end issues because that front four put a lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks. So now they're shoring up their back end. They get it. They're probably a safety or two or a DB away from being one of those elite defenses that they need to be. You know, now they have to focus on that offensive side and getting Jeff some more weapons around him.
I think a lot of people are going to say Kansas City only got that from Marcus Peters because on a talent-based evaluation alone, he might be in the top 3 to 5 cornerbacks in the NFL.
Right.
There's obviously much more to the equation with Marcus Peters beyond just the talent. Is that true? I mean, I don't know. Unsportsmanlike penalties last year, gets suspended by the team.
He's a passionate player.
I understand that. I'm just saying there is more to him than just the evaluation, which was factored into this trade. Beyond that, the Kansas City Chiefs, you might be looking at somewhat of a shift just organizationally, not of the trajectory. This is still a well-run organization, but you trade away Alex Smith. Yeah. You acquire additional draft capital in this Marcus Peters trade. Is it a rebuild? No. Is it perhaps a reshift of where the team is? And that might be one of the undercurrents here. You've now picked up an additional second-round pick in 2019. You obviously don't have a first-round pick this year because that was sent to Buffalo in the Patrick Mahomes trade. Perhaps Kansas City is saying time for us to get younger and sort of reset where our roster is.
D'Angelo, we hear about Marcus Peters' reputation, right? And I saw your face when Field was speaking to it. I've heard about Marcus Peters' reputation and Andy Reid's frustration with him there. If Andy Reid can't deal with him, what makes you think a guy like Sean McVay, who's only 31 years old, he's young, he's new to this league, is the right guy for him?
Because it's in L.A. It's in California.
Can't you argue that would make it more difficult because it's in LA?
No, it wouldn't, because he's used to dealing with that type of situation just in that environment. And not only that, I don't think he is a big a headache as a lot of people think he is. I honestly think that Marcus Peters is a man. And because he's a man, he's not accustomed to, hey, you do this, you do that. Like, just give me the system. I don't need you to baby me. I know what it is that I need to do. I'm a perennial Pro Bowler. I know what it is. I know what it takes to get my job done. Let me do my job. That's all he wants to do. There's a lot of players throughout the NFL on every team that's a headache to somebody. So because they're a headache to somebody doesn't necessarily mean that, hey, we need to trade them away. Deal with the problem that you have. You're a great coach. You're a great organization. You should be able to deal with that. You shouldn't have to trade a player away to deal with it.
So if you're Sean McVay, if you were talking to him and you could give him advice on how to deal with him, what would you tell him?
Let him play cornerback and let him be the perennial Pro Bowler that he is. Let him be the all-pro cornerback that got him to where he is today. Don't try to put him in a vacuum like he said with quarterbacks. Yeah. Let him play football.
All right, we are just getting started here. We have lots more coming up on NFL Live. It's like grab the popcorn here.